Welcome back to Glowing Card Gaming. This week, week 16 picks. All right, we're gonna try to do better than we did in week 15. I'm uploading that video now. Should be up in about half an hour. This one will be up in the morning. Be sure to check that one out, and then we'll go over the picks for this week. So let's just get right into it. I have all these on my phone from the app. I'm not sure I should actually say. I mean, I've said in past videos where I'm getting my numbers from and everything. Um, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but somebody may. I don't know. So we'll get into it. First game up on the docket for, I believe, Thursday night. That will be the Saints at the Rams, and the Rams are favored by 4. Um, just thinking about the way things are going and the way teams are, and I like having the extra points. I'm gonna take the Saints to start at +4. Hey, first pick made. We're off and running. Then Saturday games, we got the Bengals favored on the road at the Steelers. Um, Bengals playing awfully well right now, and the Steelers not playing well at all right now. I think this one is somewhat of an easy pick, but I've thought that about last week and the week before. Um, I'm going to go with the Bengals -2. All right, next up we have the Bills, 12-point favorites over the Chargers. Chargers are in huge turmoil. Just fired their coach. I think they're going to play better now that they don't have him there, but the Bills are playing lights out right now. And the Chargers did kind of just seem to give up last week. Almost like their season was over. The Bills are in the playoffs and they have to keep winning to control their own destiny. So I think the Bills will cover 12 points. So I'm going to take them. It did work out for me last week with the Niners. So we'll try it again this week. Bills -12. We have the Packers and Carolina. Packers not playing as well. Carolina managed to win a game last week. Sorry, I just realized I lost sound for a second there. My jack got a little stretched out, so I'm probably going to have to order a new microphone because they won't sell just the jack. I looked, but these luckily are only $20. Anyway, back to the picks. Carolina is just so bad. I think they got this one right on the money, though. Tough for me to think that Carolina is going to win this game, but do they lose by more than 5? The Pack could win by a touchdown. I'll take the Pack -5. Well, I'm picking a lot of the favorites. That's not a good sign. Um, Next, we got the Seahawks favored by 2.5 over the Titans. I think the Seahawks are a better team. They managed to beat the Eagles. They're playing well right now. 2.5, not that big of a deal for this one. So I'm going to take the Seahawks -2.5. 2.4. That's a weird number. So here we go. Let's get some extra space in there. And then the next game we have are the Cleveland Browns at the Houston Texans. Texans still without their starting quarterback. Browns favored by 2.5. Oh, man, this is another coin toss. I don't know who's going to win this one. You know, I've taken too many of the favorites at this point. Let's do the Texans plus 2.5. They're at home, and I like that. I've always liked getting the points. So, I might do a second video after the Thursday night game. That one's going to be locked in. Saints plus 4. If I think about these a little bit more, and I might do another video like maybe Friday, if I want to change some of these around. Maybe not. Generally, you can throw a dart at a board or flip a coin and pick, especially the way I've been picking, you could flip coins, be just as accurate as I've been. So who knows? All right, so Texans, I'm taking the Texans plus 2.5. Colts, Falcons, I'll take. The Colts are in Atlanta. I'm going to take the Colts by 1. I think they've been playing really well lately. We got the Washington Commanders at the New York Jets. Boy, the battle of the eliminated teams. I don't think either one of these can mathematically make the playoffs. I think they've both been eliminated. Jets are at home. Neither team has anything to lose. Jets are favored by 3. This is a tough one. I think these are pretty much even. I'll take the Commanders plus 3. When in doubt, I'll take the points. All right, so the Commanders plus 3 over the Jets. Then we have, how many more of these we got? We got a bunch. We got the Commanders, Jets. So we got the Lions at the Vikings. Lions are favored by 3.5. As I just saw them play the Broncos, and be a very thorough team in all aspects of football, I don't think 3.5 is enough. They could put the Lions -7 or 7.5. That's not unreasonable. Lions -3.5. In fact, I don't know how often you hear anybody say this. I don't know if they'll win the Super Bowl, but in the NFC is so much better than the AFC. Whoever makes it in for the NFC, they are probably going to win. And at this point, I'm not sure there's anybody better than the Lions on all phases of the ball. Not even the Niners. After watching last week, as well as they did everywhere on the field, offense, defense, special teams, there was no lack of talent or effort or toughness. Watching Denver play the Lions was really tough, and Denver has been, up until that last week, they could have been on a 7-game winning streak going into that game. They played really bad versus the Texans, But I don't think they play bad versus the Lions. Unfortunately, they're just not as good as the Lions, and that's flat out it showed. So Lions minus 3.5. I'll talk more about the Broncos again, probably on Friday. I'll have one of those videos as well. So we have the Jaguars at the Bucks. Jaguars are 1-point underdogs, so they're +1 versus the Bucks. These are a lot of toss-up games here. I think this week, a lot of evenly matched teams. So this week is going to be incredibly difficult. I'm going to go, I think, again, when I don't know what to do, I'll take the points. Jags +1. And that's kind of the same. The next game I'm debating on is the Cowboys-Dolphins game. And I was going to say that's kind of the same case upcoming. Cowboys-Miami. Except the Cowboys have been scoring a lot of points. Possible they had an off week last week, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe the Cowboys aren't as good. But maybe the Dolphins aren't as good either. I don't know. And again, it seems like a coin toss. My gut reaction was to take the Cowboys +1.5. I mean, the under over for this is 49.5, so 50 points. I think that's a little low too. I think there'll probably be 60 points plus scored in this game. I'll take the Cowboys +1.5 here. They are just evenly matched. I don't know. I really don't know. Next game we got is the Cardinals at the Bears. Bears at home, slightly better record. The Cardinals are the Cardinals. They're right along where they generally are most of the time. Yeah, I don't think it's 4.5, which is actually the decent amount. But I think the Bears probably do win, probably by a touchdown, maybe even 10 points. But I think the line is correct. Bears minus 4.5. I'm taking the Bears. Then we got the game of the week, of the day. The Sunday night game between the Patriots and the Broncos. I'll actually be attending that game. For once, I will be at Mile High Stadium for that. So that'll be fun to watch. The Broncos have been playing lights out. They just ran into a buzzsaw of the Lions. That's why I think Denver could beat anybody in the AFC right now. I don't have any doubt about that. Whether they will or not, I don't know. Whether they'll make playoffs or not, I'm not sure about that either at this point. If they'd beaten the Lions last week, I would say Denver is probably going to the playoffs. Because I think they will win out now. They have the Patriots this week, then the Chargers, and then the Raiders. It's going to come down to that Raiders game. I just know it. I know it. And I have this weird feeling Denver will probably blow it in that last game. I feel like this is the mid 80s Broncos type of situation versus the late 90s Broncos type of situation. So with the Patriots as bad as they are, Denver overall in their last 8 games playing as well as they have, with the exception of the Texans and the Lions, which I think they didn't play quite as well as they probably could have. But I don't think they win that game no matter what they do. Um, but the Patriots are so bad, and Denver is that much better than the Patriots. The Broncos are favored by 6.5, so I'm going to take the Broncos. Yeah, I think they'll win by a touchdown. Broncos minus 6.5. I know that was a long way to get there, but we got there. We're all set. Then we're on to the Christmas Day games. We have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs. You know the weird thing? Just sitting here thinking about how I know the Chiefs aren't. You can just see it. The Chiefs aren't as good as everybody thinks they are. It's so weird. I think that the Raiders probably beat the Chiefs this upcoming week. I have a really weird feeling about that. I called it versus the Green Bay. I knew the Chiefs were going to lose to Green Bay, and they did. And the following week, I can't remember who they played, and it was another loss. Watching that Raiders team play that Chargers team, they were ready. This Raiders team is ready to play football right now. And the Chiefs team is somewhat ready, but I got a weird feeling it's an AFC West matchup, and the Chiefs are favored by 10. I don't like to pick double-digit favorites. I think the Raiders might actually win this. And if the Chiefs lose this game, I think it is a distinct possibility they lose again before the end of the season. And if Denver wins out, including that Raiders game at the end of the season, they will win the division. I think they win the division. We'll see how the tiebreaker comes down. But I think with a Raider loss this week, that's really going to put them in a hole. I bet it comes down to that Raider game at the end of the year for Denver. It's looking so likely. So likely. Yeah, give me the Raiders plus 10. I hate picking the Raiders, but get their name out your mouth. It's in there. None of this is locked. None of this is locked in. I'll sit here and think about it. Another potential blowout. Giants are 12-point underdogs to the Philadelphia Eagles at Philly. The Eagles aren't playing that well. They just lost to the Seahawks. I don't think the Giants beat the Eagles here, but I don't think the Eagles win by 12. So I'm going to take the Giants plus 12. Again, I just don't like taking double digit. I just don't like doing it. It's very difficult to actually get a team to win when they're favored double digits. It happens. It happened last week. I got it. It's one of the 5 wins I got. Not bitter. Maybe tired. Not bitter. All right. So we got the last game on Monday. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are favored by 5.5. San Fran is so much better, I think, than the Ravens, but we're really going to find out a possible Super Bowl matchup on Monday. All that being said, the Ravens probably win this game, but I'm just going to go with the team that I think is the best in the NFL right now, and that is the San Francisco 49ers. Minus 5.5. Why am I doing this to myself? Yeah, I'll do it. 49ers. All right. Week 16 in the books. Okay, sort of. I'll think about this. I'll look at these again because this was really my first look, and usually I look at this stuff before and think about it a little bit before I make these videos. Though last week didn't help. Maybe I'll just keep this. I think I'll just keep this. It can't be worse than last week, can it? I mean, it could. I could get 0. I could miss every single one of these picks. So we will see what happens. Those are the picks. So Saints +4, Bengals -2, Bills -12. That's the tricky one. Packers -5, Seahawks -2.5, Texans +2.5, Colts +1, Commanders +3, Lions -3.5, Jaguars +1, Cowboys +1.5, Bears -4.5, Broncos -6.5, Raiders +10, Giants +12. And the Niners -5.5. Sounds easy when I say it that way. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching Glowing Card Sports. I probably said gaming at the beginning, but this is the Glowing Card Sports. Eventually, I'll probably divide the channel one to sports, one to gaming, and we'll just do it that way. But again, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Make your picks. Leave me a comment. Especially with any games you think I really missed and why, and what you did last week. I'm sure you beat me last week. Not hard to beat 5 picks. I mean, roll a dice, flip a coin, you probably beat me any given week when I only get 5. All right, guys. Thanks again, and as always, be good to each other.